Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Super Metroid Zelda 3 Randomizer Combo Race. I am Big Bot, flying solo on commentary. Tracking for me tonight is Snaky. And how is everyone doing tonight? Looking forward to a hard logic race. As you can see, we've got Rich Kupo and MM2 Nest cartridge on the restream, and we've got a pretty big field off the restream too. We've got Niterific, Bressingham, PP10, iCare, Lennifish, Blendation, Tony T. Young, Tracy M, SP Ridley, Silverrain64, Freddy N3K, Caracarn, Scupula, DVS7, Via, and Vion. Alrighty, everyone is ready. We're counting down. We'll be underway shortly. Real quick, Chad, where do you want to see progression? Alrighty, I'll be posting the link in the chat to the randomizer site itself if any of you guys watching would like to give it a try sometime. So I see Dry Kakariko, progression at Morph Ball. Morph Ball on Ped, Evil. Alrighty. Looks like Rich Kupo is using a Master Chief skin, and Master MM2 is using an alternate skin of Samus. Now, there are two items in logic when we start here in Super Metroid down in Retro Brinstar, the old Morph Ball and the energy tank in the ceiling. But most likely we'll see our renders head right into Link to the Past. Yeah, MM2 is doing that, and so is Rich. Okay, we had a map check real quick. I saw crystals at Era and Eastern. I didn't see desert. And looks like we've just got missiles on the leg. Alright, there's our first power bomb pack at Sanctuary and a heart piece at Link's house. The power bombs are a good find once you have the Morph Ball. They give you a lot of exploration potential once you do find that. And additionally, toward the end, if you find 3 power bomb packs, that's 15 of them, and that's enough to get through the Metroid route without having to have the Ice Beam or backtrack for drops. Ooh, got punch from a tree pole. That's gonna do a lot of good for MM2. He's into the moat. Looks like Rich Kupo is setting up the screen desync to do the hula-hand glitch, which is what happens when the game doesn't know where to send you because you've desynced yourself from the screen. And that's a free 225 rupees once per game. Uncle's got $300 and all right. KFC Crusader. So the reason it works the way it does is somehow Super Metroid and Link to the Past don't share any important memory addresses in the Super Nintendo's memory space. Okay, yeah, so we see Rich looking for bombs under the bushes. MM2 Nest cartridge has the 4 from the tree pole. Another tree pole gets him red rupees, that's nice. And looks like he's heading on up. Rich is heading for the race game as MM2 Ness is heading to check a lumberjack. Rich going to check the race game and see if it's worth it. Ooh, it's the flippers. That is absolutely worth it. I did not catch the lumberjack ledge. Okay, Rich heading up to check the library first, and that's just a missile pack. And chat, thank you, Green Rupee at Lumberjack Ledge. We will not be seeing Aga for that. Rich not good. Oh, right, Rich doesn't have a bomb yet. That's why he's not going to the race again. Okay. Meanwhile, MM2 is into the Lost Woods. Mushroom Spot is the Aether Medallion. And Rich gonna buy 10 bombs. That'll get him to Sphere 0 very handily. Looks like the first thing he's gonna do is go get that The first thing he's going to do is go get those flippers, and Thief's Hideout is a second power bomb pack. Very helpful. Well, not just yet, but like I said, once you find the morphle. The more power bombs you have, the better, just in case you don't find the morphle bombs. Meantime, with those flippers and the money MM2 is finding, I think we could be looking at an early Zora play here. NA Nico, try pausing and resuming the stream, or yes, George Cooper wants a low latency mode. MM2 Nest into Blind's basement. There are 5 items here. 1 behind that bomb, and 4 in these chests. Ooh, there's our mirror. Nice. And our first lift upgrade. And the hammer. Absolutely stacked Blind's basement. And there is also our first energy crystal, our first Super Metroid energy tank. Which Koopa over into the chicken hut. Gets a pack of blueberries out of the back there. MM2 Nest heading to the well now. There's another 5 items here. Bottle vendor's got a missile tank for Rich. Some super missiles. And looks like we've got a high 5. Big bugs, big heart, and heart piece. Well was kind of dry. Alrighty, it looks like we're sinking the racers now. That's why MM2 Nest is paused. Thank you for your efforts tonight, Miss Metroid, as always. Oh, Zeruvian, that was awful. So MM2 Nest gets the red rupee out of the tavern that Rich Koopa found earlier. Slim the Bard, that is one of the dreams, and it is certainly possible. Alrighty, looks like MM2 Nest is heading off to the south now. I don't think he's checked race game, so he can definitely get his flippers here. Rich heading up into the Lost Woods, so we've got the racers kind of crisscrossing checks now. We're not seeing anything new at this time. We've got a little bit of a breather. Best Metroid with a subscriber gift to Zeruvian. Thank you for that. Huns for subs. Interesting. Is that actually what you're doing, Miss Metroid, or is Toad just kinda... Alrighty, MM2 Nest is saving and quitting after getting those flippers, so we'll see what the... Ooh, full magic decanters from the bush crab. If we saw that earlier, I missed it. Alright, what is MM2 Nest doing? Oh yes, they can get to the back 3 in the escape. All right, so let's see what we've got here. Alrighty, I think the small key and the map being there means that there are all prizes in the dungeon area, and there's a prize in Dark Cross. If anyone in chat could confirm that for me, confirm if I've got my item count right. Alrighty, MM2 Ness is heading for the dam. Zandres confirming 4 items in the dungeon and Dark Cross. Thank you. Whoopsie! I was looking at chat. I didn't see what was in the dam. All right, so let's see what the muddy item is. It's just a full heart. Alright, Rich is into Mini Moldorm. It looks like that's where MM2 Ness is heading as well. We'll see it first on Rich's side, unless... Well, he seemed to be having trouble with using the bombs as grenades to get the Mini Moldorm, so we'll see who pulls this off first. Alrighty, Rich gets it. There are 5 items here. There's missiles, super missiles. There's our Moon Pearl! Mushroom. And that is an absolutely stacked Mini Moldorm. That is, I believe that is in fact Dark World access. Not sure what we can do without a weapon, but we'll see. Alrighty, and now Zeruvian going hard with the gift subs. Oh yes, we have hammer. Duh. Sorry. I'm a little rusty. Both of them heading for the Ice Rod Cave. There's the one item here, and I think after this is... Yeah, Zeruvian, I've had a lot of practice pronouncing word names from working in telemarketing. But thank God that part of my life is over. Oh yeah, Sanders, thank you. Zoraloop is available. I don't think we have anything in Super Metroid yet. It looks like the Zoraloop is what Rich Kupo's going for. Not sure where MM2 Ness is headed. I don't want to make this about me, but let me just say, it was always the people I worked with that made that job worth going back to, never the customers. There's an air quest in the airplane and the X-ray scope in the Waterfall of Wishing. Okay, so Rich is going to wind up orphaning Zora here because he does not have the 500 rupees. Looks like MM2. Ooh, there's the charge beam at the Zora ledge. Absolutely, that. Depending on ammo counts, when we get back there, that might be, they might get that, they might not. Obviously, charge means you don't need to. Charge means you don't need to worry about ammo, but you also need more beams. Red Crystal at Skull Woods, Red Crystal at Swamp. I believe I saw Red Pendant at Mire. Dandres, thank you for confirming Ice Palace is the green pendant. Did we see Blue Pendant? If it was Blue Pendant was Dark World, I did not see that. Oh, Rich hadn't done the moat yet. I didn't realize that. Just kind of zoned on it. Alrighty, and MM2 Ness into Skull Woods. And Sandra's... okay, Sand, you have to be Dark World. All the crystals, there were 3 crystals in light. Got it. Chloe Prower. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. In the meantime, Rich is going to go ahead and do the castle dungeon. Falfon, thank you for that summary. And Kirby Fan pointing out we have a seed that might not require the King of Samaria, which is an interesting thought. Couple bombs in the first chest in the dungeon. MM2 Ness working his way through swamp, through the Skull Woods. Okay, they've got. Okay, he looks like he's not going to try for the bomb jump to the big chest. Or I guess he is going to go for it. Gets it first try, very impressive. Or another $300. That's not progression on its own, but it guarantees he'll have the Zora money he needs. I didn't see what he got out of that chest there. Skullwoods is 2 prizes, as I recall. And the other 300, that is both prizes. So all we've got left are the map, compass, and keys. All right, so MM2 Ness can't get to the back yet because need the fire rod to ignite the door leading to the back. Okay, let's see. Looks like MM2 is headed for. Is MM2 headed for Catfish? The Super Metroid is my better game, so. Oh, Graveyard Ledge. Thank you, Sandris. Oh, not Graveyard Ledge, Kingston. And hey, Neko, I did not see Bumper Ledge. Anyone else? Alrighty. Rich Kupo is heading off to the hobo under the bridge. He's got our Various suit. Oh my. Oh, King 2 is Boots Lock. Okay. Flipper's paying dividends at this point. And Gravity Suit at the Graveyard Ledge. What in the world is going on here? Is this even a hard mode seed? No hell runs, no suitless Meridia. What? Alrighty, Rich is checking the hospital's closet. We already know where that green pendant is, so there's a heart piece, more power bombs. That's the magic number 3 that I mentioned earlier, that we found at least between both of them. Jeromian making a good point. We have absolutely no way to progress in Super Metroid right now, unless there's a Super Metroid progression in Retro Brain. Right, MM2 Ness at the Witch's Hut gonna turn in the mushroom they found. It looks like MM2 Ness forgot that you have to scroll the screen back and forth and back to get the item to proc. And it's the Quake Medallion. Oh my. It would be hilarious, Chloe, but yeah, there's no way. I'm pretty sure it can't happen. Alrighty, Rich Kupo is into Eastern. Most of this is in logic, but there are a couple. There's some dark rooms here, some of the easier ones to do. Nothing stopping our runners from doing them unless they are that desperate to stay in logic. Alrighty, MM2 Net's gonna get the Catfish check and the Zora area check out of the way all at once. Rich Koopa finds the big key, and there is our morph ball on the Catfish. Oh my gosh! Yes, Ruby, and that is exactly what you did. Alrighty, and MM2 Ness into Zora's domain, definitely going to get that charge beam, and we'll see what Zora's got for us today. Alright, so Scupo is making good progress, but Catfish is the play, so we'll see when he gets there. And Zora's just got a little piece of love. Scam artist. With Scubo doing some of the Eastern Palace Dark Rings I mentioned. MM2 Nest saves and quits, and then hard resets to spawn back at the ship in Super Metroid. So useful little shortcut you can do. $20 missiles, 20 supers, 10 power bombs, 300 energy. Not a bad count at all for this point right now. Yeah, I say this a lot, but it bears repeating. Super Metroid glitchless low percent is only 15 items, and 9 or 10 of those are ammo and health. So you really don't need a lot to get to Super Metroid Go. MM2 Nest going for these tricky overhang wall jumps to get up to the gauntlet, because this is one of the tricks that can be expected by the hard luck. Got 10 power rounds, which should get him through pretty comfortably. And Rich Koopos giving us our first look, giving us our first real look into the Dark World. I believe with some of the changes that was made to the suits in SMZ3, that acid is 80 damage a frame without Varia. Not a frame, a second. There's a big heart in Hype Cave. Blueberries at the Chozo, Book of Budora, 100 rupees, Grappling Beam, and a red rupee. That's not the best Hype Cave, but not terrible. MM2 gets a very quick exit, really quickly through that room, and is off into the back of the gauntlet. Gonna set up for a double fall, so he breaks 2 sets of crumble blocks at once, gets it very handily. This way, anything here? Nope, just missiles. Vanilla even. Gonna grab some ammo, because even with that charge beam, like I said, you need the at least plasma beam to make it worth using over ammo. Blueberry's at the Terminator energy tank, and not going to go back up to the parlor and check in there. Gonna go push forward right to Brimstone. Richie is at the pyramid. We'll see what's on the pyramid ledge. That is just missiles, so nothing doing there. And MM2 Ness is into Brinstar. Rich Kupo looks like Rich is in the right general area to get to Catfish and get his morph ball. MM2 Ness going through this door and gets the mock ball roll to stay at run speed and morph ball form and roll under those gates. There's our ice rod and silvers and another energy tank. Alrighty, that MM2 Ness can do some hell runs with that. We know he doesn't need to because the Varia is available, but again, he doesn't know that. Mail upgrade. What is even the hell? I don't get it. MM2 does moonfall to head down that shaft with uncapped vertical speed. And we're into the attitude area. Oh, yeah. Yeah, those B-toms are almost guaranteed to drop power bombs, so that's what he was doing. Remember, ooh, saves it with a wall jump. And there's one more item here in the etiquettes. Alrighty, Rich is gonna do Zora's Domain. Yeah. If Rich manages to get to the graveyard, but can get his gravity suits, he'll have pretty much almost all of Super Metroid open. Yeah. Right now, MM2 Nest doesn't have heated rooms open, and that's a pretty big chunk of Norfair. And Neko, let me think. Honestly, we more or less have Super Metroid no mode. All we really need is more ammo for the bosses. Actually, no, we don't even need more ammo because we have charge. We want more ammo or we want better beams, but we don't need them. Yeah, a third pack of power buffs for Torian isn't actually mandatory. 2 is enough to get through with some drop luck or backtracking to refill. And as we see on Rich Kupo said, we have seen enough total because he's got Rich has 20. Sanders makes a good... Okay, yeah, we might need access... Yeah, we have access to Dragon via the Dark World, via the cross-game transition. Although, if that doesn't pan out, then yes, we do need either Ice or Speed Booster to get to Bot Wound to get to Dragon the normal way. Hey, there's our lamp at the Sports Monchozo. That's a nice convenience item. Okay, so let's try it. Okay, so what do we need to get access to Dark Ice Rod right now? If we assume that's how we need to get to Dragon. Okay, we already have. Okay, we do have access to Dark Ice Rod. Okay. Sandra's Dragon can be escaped easily with just the gravity jump glitch, and that is expected on the hard logic. So. Gravity jump isn't even that hard to do. I've done it in casual play a bunch of times. Alrighty, Rich Kupo is heading back up to the parlor area. We're going to see the early Super Metroid game here. And Desert Sonia, I think this is the most stacked I've ever seen in early. This is the earliest I've ever seen the seed stack itself like this. Yes. And Duty Tones, yes, worst room in the game. I think that's the one of the things we're waiting on. Ooh, magic powder and Omega missiles. Already, MM2 Nest heading into Retro Green via the door from Green Hill Zone. Or Pedestal is nothing. And Rich showing us another example of the moonfall. Alrighty, let's see, below Old Mother Brain is just missiles, that's vanilla. Alrighty, that's 5 energy tanks, that's all. That puts all of the logical hell runs in logic for MM2 Nest if they don't find that Varia suit. Heart piece in the ceiling, blue rupee at beta missiles. And MM2 Nest heading up to Billy Mays. Because you see missiles, but wait, there's more. And that is our second lift upgrade. What is going on with this scene? That is access to Ice Palace. That is access to Ice Palace. I believe that is access to the Smith area in Dark Cack, which also gets us to Magic Bat. Oh yes, fire source for Ice Palace. We don't have Ice Pit. We don't have. Yes. And then, yeah, it is absolutely possible that we will. That we can see Subless Meridian from Rich and Hell Runs from MM2 Nest. It just depends on when they get to those locations. Orange Koopa, thank you for that. Thank you for the insight there. I honestly have not heard of Rich before, so. And I saw someone say earlier that he's familiar with SMZ3, but this is just his first time racing. Also, valid point that Ice Palace is a pendant. Green pendant, but still pendant. Slim to Bar, GYL meaning Graveyard Ledge, which is where we found gravity. Alrighty, Rich heading backward along the route, backtracking the route that we saw MM2 Nest take earlier. Alright, what is MM2 Nest doing? Oh, he's gonna check Bomb Teresa. Yeah, I believe that's the last check we have available in this area. Unless MM2 Nest wants to go check Shaft Supers, but that can't be gotten without speed booster. And Teresa is just +5 aero capacity. Something you might have noticed the runners doing is arm pumping, which is where they rapidly aim up and aim down while moving. What that does is when you do that while moving, it shifts you forward a pixel every time you do it. You're not actually moving faster, it's just causing your position to change repeatedly, but it can save some time over the course of a run like this. Right, Rich doing the same thing that MM2 Nest did earlier, farming the B-toms for power bombs. And Omega Missiles is named as such because in 100% item collection speed runs, it's the last item you get. Alrighty, MM2 Nest heading back out toward the ship. Alrighty, he's not going to save. Looks like, yeah, he's heading for. Okay, he's got 2 options here: go down to Red Tower or go across to Red Ship. Either is valid at this point. And there's a reserve tank at the moat. Don't care. I guess it anyway. And looks like he'll do gravity jump here. But what this does is you start a jump with the fast acceleration of air physics, and then turn off gravity soon so you have the slow momentum decay of water physics. While jumping up to check missiles in the maze, check the item in the maze here. I can't see it. I don't know what I saw. Possibly the red mail? There's our first bottle. That opened sick bed. You're right, Sanders. That could have been the Pegasus boots. It's very with the red I saw. It's definitely possible. Already, MM2 Ness heading down the Super Metroid Harmless Hellway. It's just a vanilla missile pack. Already, MM2 Ness at the bottom of the wrecked ship, heading for Fantoon. Alright, Fantoon can move into fast, medium, or slow pattern before he opens it. Trouble there for a second. So MM2 Ness cartridge fighting Fantoon can move into fast, medium, or slow pattern, then can close his eye fast, medium, or slow too. Fantoon has 2,500 health. He actually takes double damage from super missiles, which is 600. They normally do 300. If a super missile hits him and doesn't kill him, it will enrage him, and he will waste a ton of time. Yeah, that wave gate trick, the wave gate skip is in logic on hard. And there we go, and MM2 Ness cartridge finishes off Fantoon with that super missile, like I mentioned, and that is our first boss down out of 10. No, out of 14 possible. 4 in Super Metroid, 10 in Link to the Past. Alrighty, Rich Kupo heading energy tank out of Green Hill Zone. Heading down Green Hill Zone, we'll see which way he goes when he gets to Red Tower. Alrighty, let's see what we have on this side of wrecked ship. $20. Alrighty, and Rich Kupo is going to head for the X-ray scope area. Ooh, takes a hit and falls down. Alrighty, so what's Honey Net Ice Beam? X-ray scope. The bug net. Not really good for anything, but it's something, I guess. MM2 heading for the wreck ship E-tank. And finally, our first sword. That also lets us use the Ether and Quake medallions, just in case one of those, just in case there's progression gated behind a medallion in Link to the Past. It looks like MM2 did not save at the save station right here, which if the wreck ship E-tank had been nothing, that would have saved him a little time, not having to being able to reset to the save, but still. Alrighty, into the attic. Gonna have to kill everything in here to open the doors. Getting trolled here a bit. Gonna open the one door so that it stays open, and gonna head through the door to the right to check one item. Alrighty, Rich Kupo is heading along the bottom of Red Tower, and gonna head for trade. Well done with that, Walter. There are 3 items in this area. One behind that door, which unlocks after Kraid is defeated. One item in this next room behind some power bomb blocks, and one behind Kraid himself. And that's just a red rupee, not gonna bother. Alrighty, MM2 gonna do this to see what the item is at Wreck Ship Reserve. It's just a heart piece, so we're not gonna need to do that. That is hard locked by Speed Booster. And Rich Kupo at Kraid has 1,000 health, and there is a quick kill you can do by firing quickly enough to stomach his mouth open and put a missile and 3 supers, or just 4 supers in there. And yep, that's our Pegasus boots in the maze. Alrighty, Rich got that quick kill, like I mentioned. One item here. And it's Arcane of Samaria. What is even going on in this scene? I've never seen this much progression this fast. Oh, MM2 desyncs the platforms. Yeah, those platforms are enemies, and there are some that the game tracks while they're off screen and some that the game doesn't. I've never figured out which one is which or how the game figures it out. Alrighty, top of the sky is just bombs. Alrighty, Rich does another mock ball. This is another spot where the mock ball can be expected. MM2 Nest Courage is getting taken by the bowling Chozo. Gonna have about a 30-second break. Catch his breath, take a drink. Rich Kupo at Crumble Tower. We have $50. Not gonna bother. Rich Kupo heading west for the Ice Beam item. And MM2 Nest Cartridge has a Chozo and then the Gravity Suit item in the next room. And the Chozo here is Super Missiles. Yeah, I agree with taking those. Like I said, until we get if we get Plasma Beam or Wave Ice Phaser, then those are the beam combinations that are worth using over ammo. Wave Ice and Phaser, or at least Plasma by itself. Now, an important note here is that Rich just passed one of the cross-game portals, which leads to Death Mountain. He has access to that area. There's the Magic Cape. He has access to Death Mountain via that cross-game portal if he wants it. And there's 10 arrows at the post-high jump missiles. And the Death Turtle heading down at the top of Red Tower. High jump item is supers. Not bad. MM2 Ness is up at the top of Red Tower now. Oh, Alpha Power Bombs, Beta Power Bombs, and a missile pack here that can be checked. Grouping up the side hoppers here to kill them all with one Power Bomb. Bomb capacity upgrade at Beta Power Bombs. Oh, yeah, Rich is indeed heading into Link to the Past. Take a look what we got here. Nay, Key Sanity mode is planned for the randomizer. I believe it's in alpha testing right now. I don't know if anyone's doing it publicly, though. Speaking of the randomizer, let's give a shout out to Total, the madman behind the code logic that makes this work and gives us so much entertainment. Alrighty, Rich rescues the old man and gets a full heart for his trouble. Up to 9 hearts, that's not bad. Alrighty, gonna head up to Spectacle Rock. We can get the item up top since we have the mirror. And there's also one item in there too, but I don't think we have access to Tower of Hera and the Ether Tablet, but Rich doesn't. Right, Rich doesn't have that sword, so he can't check the Ether Tablet. Oh, no, you need Master Sword to check the tablets, if I recall correctly. Anyone want to correct me on that? No, Master Sword and Book. That's it. That's what you need. Okay, Master Sword and Book. Yeah, and Rich did get Book, if I remember right. Oh, right, Book you can read. Alrighty, Rich going for the Spike Cave. Oh, he's got the cape, so that is in logic. Gonna be close here. And he makes it. More 10 innings. Restarts at the mountain cave. Okay, so with that hammer, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, Rich might check Tower of Hera, although it's possible for it to be Firelocked. No, Firelocked is irrelevant. He has the lamp. So Tower of Hera is full clearable at this point. MM2 uses the X-ray scope for its intended purpose. And there's our first shield upgrade on top of Spectacle Rock. I missed that a couple seconds ago. Oh my, we're actually using the red meringue. And there is our high jump boots in Hera Basement. That is prize number 1 out of 2, I believe. Yeah, for me at least, high jump boots are the best item you don't think about in Super Metroid, because you don't really appreciate them until you play without them. Alrighty, I believe that layout means that it's possible the small key locked itself in the basement. Right. MMP's really low on health, must have done some hell runs. Or maybe just took a lot of damage from Kraid. Didn't see what was at Hera at the chest there. Alright, MM2, Rich Kupo gonna check in the big chest. It's a small key, so yeah, there could be something in the basement. Was that a dungeon item we found at the outer chest, or was it a prize? Small chestless compass, thank you. Alright, so Moldorm here is only going to take 3 hits with that hammer. The hitbox is a little awkward, but taking 3 hits means means you'll just skip by his enraged state. There's 2 very quickly, and oh my, very clean fight from Rich. Oop, item in the basement. Alrighty, I think at this point you don't want to orphan anything, so most likely Rich is gonna head back in. Yep. Alrighty, tile room here. And gonna set up a desync glitch. There we go. Rich is off sync with the floor, so he's invincible, and he can take a break, take a little break while the tiles just uselessly smash themselves. Alrighty, MM2 Nest about to do some hell runs. These are in logic with his 5 energy tanks plus the reserve tanks. He can also make it as far as, yeah, with the 5 tanks, hell running as far as Purple Mountain is also in logic. Alrighty, and the item in the basement for Rich is a heart piece. Move. He does have bubble hellrun access because he has 5 energy tanks. Encore. Was that the? Did Rich check what was on the tablet? If he did, I missed it. Basement was just a heart piece a day. Alrighty, Rich through Resident Sleeper Cave because no boots on his side for 20 bucks. Alrighty, MM2 Ness out of Norfair and into Link to the Past himself. We'll see him doing what all the stuff Rich just did. Alrighty, Rich over to Paradox Caves. There's going to be 7 items here. Just some more money on the bottom floor. I'm going to be 5 more on the top floor here. Triple kill with the bomb there, nice. Single arrow, among other things. Screw attack is helpful. And then bomb capacity upgrade inside Spectacle Rock that I missed earlier. Rich sets up a bomb jump and gets it, very nice. MM2 is gonna get that shield. I didn't catch what was on the floating island. Alrighty, Rich gonna check Turtle Rock. Someone earlier called bombos for both. So we'll see if you're half right or if you're all wrong. Nope, Turtle Rock is any bombos, so that's a thing. Alrighty, Rich continuing to give us our East Dark Death Mountain checks. Heading for Super Bunny. Super Bunny's got 20 bucks and 20 more bucks. Okay, for those of you more familiar with the logic, is it possible for a medallion to lock itself in its own dungeon and for that dungeon to be totally useless? Only single keys can lock themselves. Okay. Thank you, Thalfon. Dr. Ambamine, do you know what version of the logic that was added, though? The combo randomizer was forked from version 29 of the LTPP logic. Basically says this is hard. But hard versus normal only in the combo randomizer only applies to the Super Metroid side of things. It doesn't apply to Link to the Past. Alrighty, Rich is gonna check the top of Red Tower, and then most likely he'll come back up and head for Red Chip. No problem, Dr. Ambamine. Anyone else know about that? MM2 Nats usually indicated Simoria to great effect there to set up the Coffee Rich strat. Looks like MM2 Nest lost the coffee break right toward the end there. MM2 Nest gets his heart piece and Rich Kupo just gonna grapple across the mode as the game intended you to do. Rich is checking the bottom item. Orange Kupo, yeah, that would be hilarious. I like that thought. MM2 gets their screw attack, which I believe was the only thing of note here in Paradox Cave. Getting trolled by attacked by the mini mold orb. Setting up a bomb jump using the sword for positioning. It's a little trickier with that fighter sword because it's actually a pixel shorter than the other three. But MM2 Nest still gets it first try, so well done. Alrighty, not a whole lot to say right now, folks, since we're just seeing Rich and MM2 do things that the other has already done. So, like I said, shout out to Total for creating the logic that makes the randomizer work. Shout out to our runners, MM2 Nest Cartridge and Rich Kupo. Give them a follow. Alrighty, looks like the follow the runners command is not working right now, but the follow the commentary team is. So, Snakey and myself would both appreciate it if you wouldn't mind. Alright, and Rich Kupo is going for Doppler strats on Phantoon, which involves moving toward him as you shoot, so that you hit him more frequently than so that you hit him just as his iframes run out and basically stun lock him. And there's our bow at the bong chest in Hookshot Cave. I think we just about have Link to the Past Go mode at this point. Let me see here. Go for Eastern. We might need Book Luke was in Hype Cave. Might need that for Desert Palace. I don't think MM2 Nest found that. Okay, Fire Rod, Hookshot, Magic Sword. Thank you. That is not a lot. Snaky, we have access. Okay, yeah. MM2 Nest is about to get their Book of Budora, which will be their desert access. Oh yes, as Neko said, Lower North Air access, and then Mirror. Lower North Air access for the cross-gate portal, and then Mirror. Yes, Hookshot is necessary for various things, including beating Swamp Palace. Alrighty, MM2 is gonna check. MM2 is checking the hobo. He will get his Varia out of this. Alrighty, as long as we've got crisscrossing checks, I'm gonna run and take a bio real quick. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I am back real quick. Looks like I didn't miss anything important. Alrighty, I don't remember if MM2 found his his lamp. But regardless, this will be with silvers. This will be a very easy dungeon crawl. And now, how many prizes is it in here? Is it 3? Three prizes. Thank you, Snaky. Alrighty, I believe that is MM2 Ness's third power bump pack. So he's not going to need the ice beam to do the Metroid tutorial if it doesn't show up. Obviously, we hope it does, because using the ice beam and then killing them with missiles is much faster than power bombing. And MM2 Ness into the dark rooms. But again, they do have that. I must have missed them pick it up. Alrighty, Rich is working the Jetfire or whatever I can't remember their name. Yeah, Rich is kind of nursemaiding them over to where they need to be so he can check the item in the sky. You can wall jump off them. I guess it's just more precise than I thought. Alrighty, Rich gets his Pegasus boots and will be on his way over to the gravity suit area. MM2 through the dark rooms. Rich very low on health, gotta be careful. Once over each to take care of the red Igors there, and will be once over each for each of the Armos 9-0. Or the compass. Alrighty, and most likely we're gonna see MM just mirror right back to the Dark World, go get the monkey, and do pod. Monkey is just named Kiki, right? Or is there another name for him? Alrighty, so let's see if Pod lives up to the Mullet Mansion moniker this time, because it's usually business in the front, party in the back. I had mentioned the arm pumping trick. Rich Cupo just did that on the way back out from checking the reserve list. Just in case any of you missed it earlier and were wondering what it looked like. Okay, so all we're missing for Go Mode is the Fire Rod and another sword. Ideally, 2 more swords because Master Sword Ganon sucks. Although Master Sword with Silvers isn't as bad. Okay, a hook shot 2, thank you. So hook shot, Fire Rod. Okay, so hookshot, fire rod, sword, can't fly. Alrighty, looks like Rich is gonna get his graveyard let's check here soon. Maybe? No, he's in Light World. Ooh, kicks to him is half magic, not bad. Buddy, and Rich, I believe there was the key back here, so Rich, if Rich wants to, he can take the back way to Dark Cross. And indeed, that's what he's doing. And Dark Cross is just an energy tank. Nothing required. Rich checking bog rocks. We haven't seen this yet. Just super missiles, though. You need to get back here in the dark world, Rich, because that's where your gravity suit is. Oh yeah, sick kid. $20. Alrighty, Rich heading for the Dark World transition. Hopefully he remembers Graveyard Ledge. Not mandatory in a scene like this, but we will see. Well, possibly not mandatory for the gravity suit. Alrighty, so test gain his missiles. There are 4 prizes, I believe, in Thieves Town. I think he has to be in the front 4 because of the dungeon layout. And MM2 heading on up to Helmasaur King. I believe it's 18 whacks with the hammer to break the mask, and then 1 silver arrow will do him in. Oh, his bunny sprite is Celes from Final Fantasy VI. That's cool. Good night, Helmasaur King. And there's our shovel, which opens up Big Spot. Oh, I missed. I was so busy watching MM2 fight Helmasaur King. Rich got hooked out of the front 4 in Thieves Town. Oh my! And Thieves Town is a pendant dungeon, so no crystal dungeon. So MM2 will absolutely find that. Just a matter of when he gets there. Rich running low on health. I don't think he's gotten a mail. I don't think he's gotten I don't think he's gotten the mail upgrade that MM found yet. And nay, yeah, Rich came out that area from the light world. And M Banker. These seats go anywhere from 2.5 hours to 4 plus on these restreams. Tatomics, this is Super Metroid and Link to the Past in one ROM, linked together, and randomized. Alrighty, Rich Kupo into the blind fight. Let's see what the Pun Master has for us today. No fishing. Ooh. Alrighty, and blind always takes 9 hits to take out. He takes the same damage from everything. If you doing things right, you can put him on a script and get the same fight every time. It looks like Rich did not quite get the script right. And yeah, he's gonna use his cape to go invincible. Well, there we go. Well done, Rich. For the map. Alrighty, MM2 gets their hook shot out, gets his hook shot out of the front 4 of Thieves Town. Alrighty, Rich heading for the dig game. See how many digs this takes and what we get out of it. $20 digs for a missile pack. Yuck. Orange Kupo, you are unfortunately correct. That item is absolutely orphaned for Rich right now. Rich probably gonna do the Smith chain now, so we'll see how that pans out for him. Alrighty, so we've got Magic Bat, Smith, and Hammer Pigs in this area. all of which are accessible. Hammer Pegs is a super missile tank. Okay. Getting Orange Koopa, thank you for the insight. Smith just get a reserve tank. Oh yes, the lunchbox we can get here too. Alright, I'm gonna call Magic Bat has a sword. Called it! Competitive blessing, baby! Alrighty, so Rich is gonna grab the lunchbox. Gonna have to go the long way because we haven't found that flute yet. Alrighty, Rich gonna check K45 while we're at it. Super missiles, and yeah, he's gonna grab those. Teams have been very sparse, so I agree with that call. I think we've still only found the charge mage. Oh, alright, we've got Stumpy and we've got Dig Spot right in this area. Stumpy is just missiles. Oh, I don't think Witch got the shovel. Alrighty, what's in the lunchbox? Ray Beam! Ooh, bad luck for MM2 NAS. Looks like he placed his portal in a spot where he can't get back to it. So he'll just have to take a little longer to run back to the portal in the woods and take that. Alrighty, what's on the Bombos tablet? Just missiles. Alrighty, what's Witch gonna do now? Okay, yeah, he's in the right spot to do swamp. I think that's what we're gonna see. Meanwhile, MM2 Nest doing dig game. Alrighty, Skullwoods has, no, Swamp Palace has 6 prizes if I recall correctly, and is one of, and the normal dungeon prize would be the hook shot. And that chest is always a small key because of this door right here. Alrighty, MM2 Nest checking the dig spot. Does it pay out? Sure, why not? Alright, there's one prize in Swamp. MM2 Nest gets his supers out of K45. And nay, yes you can. You can. If Dragon grabs you out of a crystal flash, then it gives you a spark suit. That was one of many tricks I used, like years ago, tooling around with Super Metroid and ZSNES, trying to get as many items as possible without collecting either suit. I believe I eventually managed 91 out of the 100. Alrighty, MM2 Nets is hot on Rich Kupo's heels, so we're just gonna follow what Rich is doing since we've already seen on MM2 Ness's. Well, he's just like I said, he's just following. So Rich is giving us new content. Alright, looks like Rich is going for the diver down strap. See if he gets it. If I understand diver down right, what that does is instead of using a jump into water transition, it's a jump down a ledge transition. So anyone confirm if I have that right? How that works? And to be fair, back in those days, I was literally addicted to safe state abuse, so it was what it was. Are there any setups to make the diver downs easier to get? Okay, so I don't think we've seen the big key yet, which is why Rich just avoided the big chest. Now this is the room where I commonly see diver down done. So yeah, like I said, the diver down trick involves glitching yourself into a wall so as to use a jump down ledge instead of jump into water transition. That sound about right to you folks who are more familiar with Link to the Past? Alrighty, Rich finally gets it for a red rupee and the big key. Hi, Fall. Thank you for the confirmation. Rich Kupo dealing with the glitchy staircase there. Not sure exactly how you unglitch it. Yeah, he's heading right back for that big chest. And I just completely missed what it was. E-Tank, thank you, chat. And there's another heart. And number 2, Ness also doing diver down. Is he gonna go? Yeah, he's gonna go back for the big chest as well. Yeah, at this point you want to try to avoid opening anything. You're so close to go mode. Alrighty, and Rich Kupo is one screen away from the Argus fight. And I believe the Puffs take 2 sword swings with the Master Sword. So Rich trying to get 2 at a time, just save some, do it a little more quickly. Well, seems to be, for the most part, he's cooperating. Alrighty. There we go. And I believe 1 silver arrow, if that's what Rich wants to do, will finish Argus off, but it looks like that's not what he's going to go for. He's going to go for spin strats, it looks like. Oh, that's right, he didn't get Bow out of Hookshot Cave. Alrighty, and it looks like MM2 Ness has made up a ton of time on Rich here. And Rich gets a +5 bomb capacity from Argus and another red crystal. MM2 charging a spin and then using hookshot to do it. Very clean strats by MM2 here. Alrighty, what's Rich going to do? Heading for Super Metroid? Yes, he is. The bots, always in the bonkable chest and hookshot cave. Alright, this is our first look at the east side of Upper Norfair. I didn't see what was in the cathedral, the last room back from Rich's last room back. Alright, there's the other green rupee at Bubble Mountain Missiles. MM2 Nest, yeah, MM2 Nest following exactly what Rich is doing. Spread pattern augmentation of ZPZ and emission of radiation. Alrighty, 2 items here in the Norfair Reserve Tank room. Heart piece and $20. Alrighty, Rich Kupo heading over to the speed booster room. There's going to be 1 item in there and one item outside of there for him to get. And unless speed booster is in one of these locations, the lava will not rise on the way back, because the trigger for that is having the speed booster. And there's sword number 3 above the speed booster room. We don't have to deal with Spin Ganon. Crispy, delicious bacon. Alrighty, and MM2 is heading for... MM2 gonna go for the gravity jump to get into Lower Norfair. That is again expected by hard logic. Like I said, start with the fast acceleration of an air physics jump, and then turn the gravity suit off to get the slow momentum decay of a water physics jump. Alrighty, Rich Kupo is heading for the wave beam room. And I also note that both of our restream runners have a max of 55 super missiles. That is almost enough to fight Mother Brain without the charge beam. As I mentioned before, they do 300 damage, and Mother Brain has 18,000 health. Ridley actually also takes double damage from him like Van Toon does, so they have enough to defeat Ridley without using charge beam at all. And then some. And MM2 NASA trying to abuse the way projectile spawn to fire its person through that gate and open it from the wrong side. Another trick that can be expected on the hard logic and gets it very handily. And as we're noting, MM2, there's some more super missiles. Alright, that's enough to fight Mother Brain. But instead of fighting Golden Torizo, MM2 Ness is gonna take the transition to the Mire area. Meantime, Rich Kupo is heading for Crocomire. And Mire is Ether. So we have access to Mire, so Fire Rod could be there. Also, Thalfon, thank you for pointing out that the gravity jump out to Ridley can be difficult. Alrighty, Crocomire does not take damage the way other bosses do. Each shot backs him up a certain number of spaces, and the idea is to back him up into the boiling acid you see below. Gotta go fast! Gotta drink things. Tip, no, Desert is completely unchecked at this point. It is open, it is completable now. Alright, looks like MM2 Ness is going to give us our first look at Desert. Crocomire energy tank is still an energy tank. Requisite hype cave, Ane. By the way, am I saying that right? Ane Neko? Woo! Alrighty, looks like MM2NES is going to get Desert out of the way here. Just 10 arrows on the ledge. 10 arrows on the ledge, so Rich Kupo is going to check the post-croc power bomb for his plasma beam. Alrighty, and he's got wave and charge to go along with that. So that's 750 damage per charge shot. Enemy piercing. So yeah, Rich is now justified in using charge beam over ammo. Ah yes, the good old microwave strat. I'll explain that when we get there. Yeah, and Rich does not have the speed booster, so I don't think he has a choice but to go for this green gate glitch and get to the grapple beam item backward. As I mentioned, the green gate glitch involves moving toward the gate as you fire your super missile, so that on one game tick the super missile is in one position, and the next ticket it's through the gate without interacting with it. It's the same way the wave gate clip works in Big Pig. Loot! Flute is just a convenience item at this point, but still nice to have. Alrighty, Rich gonna swing across the grappling rippers here, trying to. Okay, yeah, Rich will not be getting to Indiana Jones this way. I don't think he can quite get high enough to actually see what the item is. I don't think it's possible. Right, so Indiana Jones is unfortunately going to be orphaned, but he can check sine wave room here. So yeah, Croc possibly not mandatory, but very nice. And $20 in sine wave. Knucklehead, I know exactly what you mean. I love Super Metroid, but I'm not too big on Link to the Past, and just routing everything out is just. I have problems with executive dysfunction anyway, so I can't get myself to do it. I have the same problem with the Assassin's Creed games. There's too much to do, so I can't get myself to start. Alrighty, Lead Molus is down for MM2NES, and we get Space Jump out of it. That is perfectly timed for MM2NES, because if it turned out there's something to Showcase Showdown, he'll now have access to it. Alrighty, looks like Rich is heading for. Looks like Rich may be heading for Lower North here himself. Yep. Alrighty, MM2, you heading back to Super Metroid? Yes, you are. Rich doing a very good lava dive. Installing the Nahim there. Namihe. Alright, what's in Goltorizo's room? Red Rupee and Red Shield. That item on the left over there, that's the item called Showcase Showdown. It's locked by what I call the Picky Chozo. He drains an acid pool for you, sort of like the bowling Chozo does in the wrecked ship. But he won't do it for you unless you have Space Jump. And the reason for that is a logic hack to the original Super Metroid, because there's no sprite for having Screw Attack without also having Space Jump. So you can't get to Screw Attack the normal way without having Space Jump, which is locked by the Chozo, because if you don't have Space Jump, he won't drain the lava for you. see how. Let's see if MM2 is gonna. How long he's gonna. He looks okay. He's done farming the Rippers. It looks like. They're almost. Yeah, Rippers are pretty much guaranteed to drop super missiles if you're not on full. So. MM2 going through fast pillars with the Shine Spark, so he goes fast. And has all the equipment needed to make worst room in the game a complete joke. Alrighty, there's our last sword. At Mickey Mouse. Gravity is a graveyard ledge. Alrighty, MM2 into the amphitheater. As Rich Kupo is now tracing MM2 steps. MM2 sitting in on 8 energy tanks, gobs of ammo. Yeah, he's sitting pretty. And Banker, yes he did. Quejo Expedado, I do not know when Five Nights at Freddy's 2 speed run. MM2 kickballing through the spike platforms there to save a little time. Alrighty, Ninja Pirates, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Well done. Okay, it looks like MM2 is going to farm a little bit before he fights Ridley. Just a little. And here we go. And Ice Rod would be nice. Ice Beam would be nice too, like I said. It makes the Metroid Tutorial much faster. But yes, Fire Rod is good. I believe we only have... Okay, the Lower Warfare Escape, Waterway, and Shaft Supers, those are the last Super Metroid checks we have. If Fire Rod's done in one of those locations, it's gotta be a Link to the Past. Ridley being in front with the tail, and there down he goes. Well fought, MM2. Ridley was hiding a heart piece. Oh yes, that's right, we also have all of Meridia. Duh. Alrighty, MM2 Nest into the lower north forest escape. Just got blueberries at the Firefly E-Tank. Interesting, and an interesting little note. Because this room has the Fireflies and the darkening, the X-ray scope doesn't function properly in this room. Item in jail is super missiles. Next up is going to be the Hooded Ruby Special, up and right. Just 20 bucks. And last in this area will be the Franker Z room, which is a couple screens to the left. And Franker Z is 50 bucks. Rich Kupo fighting Gold Torizo with the plasma beam. Doesn't quite seem to have the positioning right for the to stun lock him, but gets the fight done very well regardless. We're gonna see MM2 Ness get the checks that Rich did. Rich did 10 minutes or so ago, I believe it would have been. Looks like Rich is gonna farm a little bit here. Not again like MM2, not too much. MM2 Ness will get his gold sword out of this, and Rich Kupo most likely will as well. And MM2 Ness does have the speed booster, so he will have to deal with the rising lava, but he'll be fine, since he has both suits. Creamy, delicious golden butter. You've got dual butter. Alrighty, Chad, I got a question for you. As we approach the 2-hour mark, about 10:50, we had our first forfeit by Freddy N3K, but no one has finished it. Do you want to know when the first racer finishes, or do you want me to wait until we have a restreamer finish before I say anything? And then, yes, we usually do. I just figured I'd see what you guys wanted. And so far, restream. Yeah, restream. Everyone's okay with waiting for a restream to finish? No problem. Of course, I can't guarantee if someone doesn't fit. I can't guarantee if one of the other racers finishes, they won't come in chat and troll us. So, alrighty, MM2 Nest cartridge is not going to do the croc checks. Well, we don't know what did Indiana Jones, but other than that, nothing else can be there. The only thing that could be there is the ice rod, is the fire rod. Well, the only thing we need that could be there is the fire rod, so. Although MM2 about to go check the ether tablet, I don't think Rich Kupo checked this. Super missiles. Alrighty, MM2 doing his spike cave check. I don't remember, Renee. Not sure if they got not sure what they got out of Skull Woods. No, I don't think so. Like Anae just said, Fire Rod can't be on pedestal, and that's our go mode item. Or it looks like MM is checking the the pyramid ledge, which that he hasn't seen. Huh, I guess MM never did the dungeon. Or maybe they're just doing escape. Okay, yeah, just Dark Cross. Yeah, we know Dark Cross is nothing, so... If I remember right, it was just a energy tank. Good, had a brain fart there. Oh, I guess MM didn't do any of this. Yeah, I agree with the never feels good bit on that Dalphon. Well, at least with Pegasus Boots, Gold Sword, this is a pretty quick check for MM. So I think the question now is going to be, now that Rich has Space Jump, does he go back to Croc and check Indiana Jones with it? MM2 Ness got to be feeling a little frustrated. Good, since he just did the dungeon and the escape for nothing. MM2 trying to get the... Oh gosh, did MM2 just get soft locked? He did. Oof. Alrighty, MM2 heading back to Super Metroid. And he's heading up to Meridia. Rich looks like he's gonna take Frog Speedway back. Oh no, he is gonna go check Indiana Jones. He remembers. Alrighty, MM2 is now into Meridia, so let's see what gets the short charge for the Main Street check, and it's a bottle. Now, let's see, Crab Supers is 20. Now, the short charge functions by tapping your run button around a specific frame of Samus's running animation. That keyframe is the only time to counter the track to field speed echoes increments. So if you tap the run button around that frame, you'll get speed echoes in a shorter distance. Oh my God! It's the fire run in Indiana Jones. Oh gosh, this race just became Rich's race to lose. So now the question is, how long does it take MM to bet on Brock? Rich has got to be feeling pretty good about himself after making that check. All right, Rich has the hook shot, so hook shot cave is fully unlocked for him. Hopefully he remembers that. Okay, he could be always in the bonkable chest at hook shot cave. Well, he looks like Rich contemplating his options. Ooh, ice beam at the watering hole. And Banker, I think there are ways around needing the bow, but it's considering the dungeon layout, it's not. It is mandatory for this. Already, Rich playing the national anthem and loosing the goose. Hey, Kana Burner at the aqueduct. And 50 more bucks, which MM2 does not take. Alrighty, yeah, Rich immediately going for dungeon density. Skull Woods is also his other 5-6 crystal, so I wonder if... I think it's the other 5-6 crystal? Yeah, Swamp and Skull. So I wonder if Rich is thinking there's something on Pyramid Fairy. I think Rich does have Speed Booster because I know he checked Meyer's Shed, which is where it was. I think it just didn't get marked. Wound trolling the crap out of MM2. And Baboon is down. Zio or Volley, thank you for the confirm. Alright, and Rich Kubo onto Mothula, a very well-programmed boss. Conveyor belt floor, moving spikes. He doesn't take damage if you knock him into a spike. He's not supposed to take damage from the gold sword. Just why? Why would you do this? Why would you make a fight like this? Oh, more bombs and precious missiles. Way past needing them, but I suppose MM2, if we wanted to troll us, could bomb jump out of here. Alrighty, let's see where Rich goes from here. Okay, it looks like MM2 is trying to get a spike spawn. Or not. Oh, okay, they're the same type of damage, Anae. Thank you. I think I've been told that before and I just forgot. Oh, yeah, MM2. Normally, if you kill Dragon with a Shine Spark like that, you'll get stuck in blue suit mode because it won't properly clear the variable that says you have speed echoes. And we get the pet check. And a piece of heart behind Dragon. I think Rich was just going for the memes there. Alrighty, we actually have another forfeit. Vion says that he's just too tired to keep going, so press F to pay respects to him. Alright, so Rich is looking everywhere. He probably doesn't know where he. I wonder if he's actually just looking for. Wonder if he's just looking in general, or if he's specifically looking for gravity. Right sand pit gets us an energy tank and a rupee. Now let's see, MM2 has the equipment to go check Shack Tool. We know it's not going to pay off. Is he going to go for it? He's not. Although it looks like he is going to go for the, what's it called? He is going to check the plasma beam room. Oh yes, yes, he's looking for Bo. Of course, that's exactly what he's looking for. Although he is in the right place to check that graveyard ledge, so we'll see if he doesn't. Yep, he's gonna get his gravity suit out of this. Although, yeah, good point, Orange Cupo. I hadn't thought about that until it just got brought up. This is gonna lead him away from that hookshot cave. Well, this gives MM2 Nats a chance to catch up. And it looks like he is going to go check Tool. Check Tool, the other coffee break. And nay, no, I did not know Shack Tool is immune to Hyper Beam. That's interesting. All right, Rich heading back to Super Metroid, back to A Link to the Past, I should say. Let's see where he goes from here. If he goes to Death Mountain, okay, he might be. Okay, this is right. This is where he needs to be. He might be going to Hookshot Cave, or he might be going to, or he might be backdooring to the business center to. Nope, he's going to Meridia. Press F to pay respects to a possible world record seed. MM2 going past the Elms and to Dark Ice, to the cross game portal to Dark Ice Rod. So looks like Rich is trying to expedite this as much as possible, not collecting unless he has to. So we'll see. We'll see if that's any benefit to him. Looks like Rich is going to grab that spring ball because why not? And not going to grab the $20 on the wall. Yeah, MM2 just needs that fire rod, and then he can do Skull Woods in the end game. Meantime, Rich just needs the bow, and he can do Pod, Eastern, and he's got access to ice. He needs the bow to do Pod and Eastern, and then he also needs Dragon, and then the end game. Yeah, like I said again. Yeah, this is another slope here. We've got both our runners doing things that the other's already done, so. Provax 1234, yes, that's exactly what's going on. Bow, which is in the Bonkable Hookshot Cave test. MM2 is looking for Fire Rod, which is at Indiana Jones and Crocodile's Lair in Super Metroid. Much more succinct, Orange Koopo, thank you. It is a miserable check, Krovax, and Rich Kupo actually did it twice because the first time he checked, he tried to grapple across the grappling rippers at the top of the big lava room to get to Indiana Jones and failed. And then after he found Space Jump, he came back for it. And like I said, that's where the fire rod was, so that absolutely paid off. MM2 is definitely checking Shaft Supers here. I believe that, yeah, Shaft Supers and Waterway are the only other, after what we've seen, Shaft Supers and Waterway are the last two locations in Super Metroid that we haven't seen. Warp bombs were precious missiles, an egg. And Shaft Supers is just a heart piece. Alright, does MM2 head for Waterway now, or does he go back into Super Metroid? Oh, yes! Big Pink, access to Big Pink from Retro Brain is much quicker than what I was thinking. And Rich gonna check Shack Tool. That was wonderful to watch. Shack Tool is probably the most painful check in the game. Okay, I hope we don't find combos because that could take either of them on a wild goose chase to Turtle Rock, because they both know. Well, and obviously we know that Dark Death Mountain is where Rick needs to go to, so, and yet, that is also a good point. They both have ether to get into Mire, so that's another thing that could stall us for a while. Yeah, it all depends on who finds their Go Mode item first. The likelihood of him doing it, Orange Kupo, you're the one who seems to know Rich the best, so what do you think? And there's the microwave strat. You fire a charged plasma shot at an enemy that's not flagged to stop it, because they're like Balmoon or Dragon, because you're not supposed to have plasma for them, and you activate the ice beam to cause their invincibility frames to run out while the game is paused from the X-ray. So that way the shot can hit them multiple times. In layman's terms, it's the Yellow Devil pause trick from Mega Man. Cactus Frank rating with a party of 6, thank you much. Roll level 2 tonight's Hard Logic Super Metroid Zelda 3 Randomizer race. Orange Kupo. So what are the odds of Rich going back to Dark Death Mountain after he's done with Dragon? We know that's where he needs to go. Alright, what's MM2 doing? Looks like he's heading up Death Mountain. I don't think is he just doing Super Bunny? No. No, wait, he is doing Super Bunny. Oh, he already did Super Bunny. Where's he going? Oh, he's checking the remaining chests in Hookshot Cave. Alright, we'll see where MM2 goes from here. If he heads back into North here, he might be on the right path. To run, because that first chest you can bonk to with the Pegasus boots. The rest you have to have the hook shot. All right, MM2. I think he's making the play. Yep, he's heading for. All right, MM2 is going to be our first racer to hit go mode, but he's got more bosses. He's got a higher boss count than Rich Kupo does. So I think I can reasonably say that this is now MM2's race to lose. Actually, Tehran, Hookshot wasn't in that chest. It's the bow that's in that chest. Hookshot was in Thieves Town. MM2 gets a spike spark by initiating a shiny spark while recoiling back from damaging himself on the spikes. Not exactly sure how that works. Alright, I believe MM2 is now also Quispy. Alrighty. These little bug's just trolling the crap out of MM2. Already, and at 2 hours, 30 minutes, about 7 seconds, MM2 is now in go mode. All he's got left is Skull Woods and then both endgames. Alrighty, as long as we've got both runners recovering old ground, I'm gonna run upstairs and grab a drink real quick. I'll be right back, folks. Alrighty, back in the saddle. Tehran, yes, that's exactly what that means. We know what they need, they don't. Alrighty, so MM2 is just gonna blitz his way through. Nay, that's one of the interesting things. You may not need Flute to get to Meyer because you can access it via the cross-game portal in Lower Norfair. I've actually seen Mitts in Meyer. And yeah, speaking of amusing things about the randomizer in general, it's amusing to me that these races go for three hours or more, and yet it's very common to see racers finishing within minutes, if not seconds, of each other. Alright, it looks like MM2 maybe going for Fire Watcher at Mafia. Nope, I'm wrong. But already that is 7 crystals for MM2. And so let's play a little game. There are 22 locations in Ganon's Tower where that big key can be. Make your guesses in chat as to where you think it'll be. It'll be counted by MM2 since he's most likely going to be the one to get to Ganon's Tower first. I'm going to go with my old standby, 4 always wins. Free Enterprise? What is that in A? I'm not familiar with that randomizer. Oh right, the Final Fantasy IV one. Yeah, I remember that now. I've never watched it, but I'm not big on RPG randomizers. I prefer stuff with I'm not a big fan of RPG randomizers. I'd rather do stuff like this. Exploring. Zelda's more of an action RPG. Final Fantasy is it's not like that. Alrighty, looks like Rich is gonna get back to Hookshot Cave. Hopefully, I hope he doesn't go into Turtle Rock. No, he doesn't have bombos. He can't. Alrighty, Rich is going to be getting his go mode here, but unfortunately he still has Eastern and Pod to do before he can get to the end game. So I think at this point MM2 just has too much of a lead for Rich to catch up. Alrighty, and Rich is in go mode at 2 hours 36:20. Looks like we're going full left. We've had... That's 3, 4, 5. I lose. And now over to the right. Six, 7. Alrighty, and now we'll see if that Chain of Samaria was in fact mandatory. Not gonna stop for Tower Room. There's the red barrel. 11. Ron, it's pendants and crystals are marked on your map. Yeah, no problem, Duran. We love talking about this kind of stuff.